Everyone, welcome back to MomTalkTv. The season of love. The topic of this week's MomTalkTv videos is tell us your love story. And I suggested this topic to the girls because I'm a sucker for Valentine's Day. I'm a sucker for anything that has to do with love and talking about the things you love and expressing how you feel about things or people or whatever. And so I thought it would be a really fun subject, especially because I don't know the stories of how the other girls have come to be in their relationships with their significant others. So I thought it would be really, really fun. And it's kind of like a little, I don't know, it's a fun story. So that's what this week's topic is. First of all, excuse the lighting. It's like really dark and shadowy, but we had a huge snowstorm, so it's like uber bright outside, and the lighting in my house is orange. And anyway, also my hair, I have had some issues with my hair. I've bleached it 4 times, believe it or not. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I've bleached it 4 times and I just can't seem to get this orange out. So I'm going to try one more time, but for now you get to enjoy my pretty orange hair that matches with my sweater. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, let's get started with the love story. So, my husband and I have been married for, it will be 5 years in July. My husband's name is Jose. And how am I going to start this? Okay, so when I graduated from high school in 2003, I stayed home and I went to a 2-year community college, and I graduated with my associate's in arts degree, and I got a scholarship to go to an out-of-state school, like way out of state, in the state I'm in now. I went to high school and to community college back home in Texas, in southern Texas. So I got a really great scholarship specifically designed for Hispanic/Latino students, and in the field I was studying in, which was education. So I couldn't pass it, I couldn't pass it up. It was a full ride scholarship, and I was going to be able to go out of state, and I was really, really excited. So at the age of 20, I moved away from my family and I came to the state I'm in now. And I started to go to this university, and it was the university of the state I'm in. And I met lots of friends, and I met lots of, different people, and I got really involved, and I loved it there. I never thought I would stay and live there, but I'm sorry, I'm checking the camera to make sure it's recording because I've had issues with my camera. Anyway, and so the following year, my brother graduated from the same community college in the city and state we were living in, and he also got the scholarship. So he decided to move up to the college I was at. So I finally had some family there. Well, that was in 2005. No, I went up in 2000. I went up in 2005. My brother came up in 2006. So 2006. So my brother started dating this girl, and she was really, really nice, and we became really good friends. My brother and I are only less than 12 months apart. It's like 11 and a half months apart. So we're really close. And so he started dating this girl. She and I became friends, and she's like, you guys should come meet my family for spring break. And I was like, oh, that sounds like so much fun, because we don't know this state. We don't know anybody here. We don't know any of the, cities or anything like that. So we decided that would be fun. So we traveled with her to meet her family and her friends back in her hometown, which was about 5 to 6 hours away from the city we were studying at, where the university was. So we did that, and the night we got there, she's like, oh, we really need to go to this really fun Latino dance club. We're going to dance and have fun, and you guys will meet my friends, blah, blah, blah. So, sorry, my neighbor is returning my shovel. That's why I'm looking outside. So anyways, she was like, we're going to have so much fun. So I was like, okay. At the time, I was kind of seeing somebody. I wasn't in a, exclusive relationship. I didn't really know how I felt about him, but we had been on a few dates, and he would call me and text me or, whatever. Just very, very casual relationship. So anyway, that night we went out to this dance club, which actually no longer exists anymore, but we went out to this dance club, and we met up with her friends, and one of her friends was my husband, Jose. And they were actually really, really good friends. They went to high school together. They graduated together. He decided to stay at the state school in the city that we were currently in for that night. And she went to the school where we were going to school. Sorry, this is going to be really confusing because I can't tell you names. Anyway, so I met him and I thought he was really, really cute, but he was 3 years younger than I was. So I was like, oh, he's still kind of young. At that time, he was only 18. I was 21. Or I was about to be 21, I think. And so I was just kind of like, he's really young. And I was really picky about who I was going to date because I was really set on dating somebody who was going to understand my family dynamic and who was going to have the same upbringing as me. So I was really picky. I wasn't very open about it. And the only other relationship I had been in had been with somebody who I had been with for 3.5 years, and we were actually going to be married. But I broke things off because he was of a different religion, and I wanted to stay with somebody, and it was a very drastic religion change, and I wasn't ready to give up all of that for a relationship. So I was still kind of like, I don't want anything too serious, you know, I don't want to bother. So we started talking the night and it was fun, but I didn't really think anything of it. Well, we leave the dance club that night, and it had just so happened that 6 or 7 cars had gotten broken into that night. Shattered windshields, everything. So one of the cars that had happened to was Jose's. So he was trying to figure out what he was going to do. His house was like 45 minutes away from where we were. So my brother's girlfriend at the time said, let's drive over to the Walmart. We'll get you some tarp and, you know, we'll help you fix your car. So we all climb into my brother's girlfriend's car, and we drive to the nearest Walmart, which is about 15 minutes away. And everybody falls asleep, except for Jose because he's driving, and me, I'm in the back seat. And it was awkward. Like, we didn't talk to each other. We didn't say a single word. We got to the Walmart, picked up the tarp, came back, got his car, fixed it, and he went off. And that was it. And so I didn't really think anything of it that time. I came to find out years later, after we were married and after everything, that I met one of his really good friends that he was living with at the time. And she said, do you want to know what Jose said to us before he left that night? And I said, what? And she said, he said he was going to go meet his wife. And I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, we didn't think anything of it. He ended adding me on Facebook, and we would say hi every now and then, but it wasn't really anything. So that was in March or something. Well, he came up to the school that I was going to weeks later to go to a big event that they were having for the fraternities and the sororities that were the multicultural sororities and fraternities that I was a part of one, and he was interested in another. And he came up for the big event, and we saw each other, and we just kind of like clicked. We hung out and we had fun and we were friends, and there was a lot of flirting, but again, I was like, I don't want to get too serious, you know. However, I had a feeling that he wanted more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I felt like he was more interested in me than I was in him. My hair is really, really fluffy on top. Anyway, I don't know, he flirted with me a lot, and I thought it was really cute, but again, he was 3 years younger. And I was, you know, this was the first time being away from my family, and I really just wanted to have fun. I wasn't a drinker, I wasn't a partier, but I just wanted to have fun, you know. So anyway, yeah, after that weekend, we exchanged phone numbers, and we would talk every now and then. Well, we would talk a couple of times a week, and I noticed that he started to be more affectionate. He would start to say things like, oh, I missed you, or you know, just stuff like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is this what I want? Like, do I want to be with this guy? I don't know, you know, whatever. Well, summer came around, and I went back home for the summer, and I started seeing somebody else. It wasn't a serious relationship, but his brother was dating my best friend, and so I was like, oh, this will be a little summer thing. So I started dating this guy, and I was still talking on the phone to my husband. and I told him, I was like, oh, I'm dating this guy, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be really honest with him. And he's like, oh, okay then, well, whatever, you know, and he didn't say much. And then he stopped calling. And I was like, oh, well, he must have gotten busy with work or whatever. So I didn't think much of it. I decided to stay home that year from school. I decided not to go back to school because my family needed some help. So my scholarship allowed me to take a year off or a semester off and go back. So I was able to do that, and I was able to help my family out. And I kind of, you know, was dating this guy from home off and on a little bit, and I just stopped talking to my husband. Well, the semester that I decided to go back to school, I saw my husband, and he had transferred to the school that I had originally gone to. And I basically just looked at him, I said, what am I thinking? Why am I not with this guy? He is so fun, he is so caring, he's sweet, he's everything I look for. Why am I not dating him? Like, why? So basically, I just, you know, I said, you know, why did we stop talking? We sat down and he's like, well, I really liked you, but you started dating this other guy, blah, blah, blah. And we just kind of talked it out, and we decided to just take it really, really slow and be friends and see where that takes us. And basically, it took us to being together, and we started dating, and he officially asked me to be his girlfriend that September, and we got engaged January 3 years later. So we dated for 3 years, and we've got married July 25th of 2009, and yeah, we've been married ever since. So we've been together for 7 years. I think it's been more. Oh, it's been 8 years, almost 9. But yeah, we've been together for a really long time, and he's my best friend. Like, I don't have words to describe. He's been there for me through the toughest times I've ever been in, like through a cancer diagnosis, through surgeries, through infertility, through family personal crises. And I mean, he's been with me through everything, and I have nobody that I could ever think of besides my immediate family that would have done that for me. Nobody. And it's just, it blows my mind how much he loves me and how much he puts himself aside for me, and it's amazing. He's by far one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and he's an amazing husband, he's an amazing father, but more than that, he's an amazing friend. And I hope everybody finds their Jose, I guess. You know, everybody deserves to have that part of their life. So that is our story. Just really quickly, we got married, like I said, July 2009. We decided to start a family right away. We couldn't have kids. We tried having children for 2 years naturally, and then the last year we tried with fertility medication, and then we ended up getting pregnant with my kids. Found out I was pregnant February 5th, 2012, had my boys September 29th, 2012, and here we are in February 2014, and we are happy as ever. And I love my family, I love my husband, I love my kids. I am just obsessed, and that's what makes Valentine's Day so special to me, is that I get to, you know, I celebrate my love for them every single day, but I get to shout it to everybody how much I love them. And I'm so lucky to not just have my husband as my Valentine this year, but my kids. So that is our love story. I hope you guys were entertained in the slightest. I know some people are probably like, nobody cares, shut up, but I think it's fun. So I would like to hear your guys' love stories. So if you guys would like to go down in the comments below and just tell me, you know, how you met your husband or how long you guys have been together. I'd love to know. I think it's so cute, and I look forward to the rest of the week where I can hear the other stories from the other moms. So thank you guys so much for watching and for subscribing to MomTalkTv. We appreciate all of the support and all of the, you know, pushes you guys have been giving us to be a successful channel. So again, thank you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.